Greetings and welcome to a Friday edition of the Shotgun Start. It is June 21st. Andy, how we doing?
Brendan, I'm doing great. You know, we just excited for a weekend at home. How are you doing? What's going on with you?
I'm good. I got a little frustration at work.
Workplace problems? What's
getting
wrong?
Jammed at work. It's driving me nuts. The E button on my keyboard is not working, or it's just become very unresponsive. You need to jam it, like literally jam it. And of course you use the E. The E is probably in more words and typed phrases than anything. And it's been driving me nuts the last 24 hours. I want to throw my computer against the wall. So I may have to expense something coming up here.
Man, what a tough break. I got to think.
Button.
I think this is not a coincidence. I think that, we were just in Pinehurst or Pinehurst first. And I'm wondering if somebody got in the Cisco Media Center, if a representative from G4 got in the Cisco Media Center and is tampering with your vowels in an attempt to further popularize no vowel culture.
Oh, that's a good one. They're trying to take the vowels from me. They're trying to take vowels from all of us, and now specifically me. I won't have it. I will figure out a way. While we're on this G4 bit, they of course had P-Boy last week. I'm seeing images circulate of a great New England course, Eastward Ho. They have a hat that just says "The Ho" on it, H-O, in big letters. What are we doing? Trying to be provocative. It's not cute. It's not clever. It's not attractive. There was maybe someone in the Pro-Am at the Travelers yesterday, a former linebacker for the Patriots, in a big hat that said "The Ho" on it. So that's
good. Was it Teddy Bruschi?
I think it was Andre Tippett, I believe. In a Ho hat. The Ho.
Who's your favorite former Patriots linebacker?
Oh, that's a good question. I'm trying to remember if anyone from BC went there that I would have had an affiliation with in any way.
What was it? Ninkovich? I like that
Rob
guy.
Ninkovich. Yeah. He might be from Ohio.
He's from Chicago, I think.
Oh,
I think he's from Chicago.
I thought he went to like Kent State or something. Or he went to Purdue. Yeah, he's Joliet. Went to Joliet. I don't know. Ted Johnson, I believe he was a linebacker, I want to say, early on. There's a lot of them. Willie McGinnis is a good one. Former Southern Cal Trojan.
I go former Bear Roosevelt Colvin. Who doesn't like Roosevelt Colvin? Great name. Great football name.
Did he play for the Pats? Okay.
Yeah. Okay. He was great. He was an awesome linebacker.
All right. Good. That's good stuff. We gotta take care of some business. Didn't they have a
guy named with the last name just Guy for a while? What was that guy's name?
Guy was his name, literally. What are you talking about? I want to say it's like Brandon Guy, or I don't know, Jimmy Guy, Gary Guy. I don't know what it was. Something Guy.
Gary Guy. That reminds me of former Cub third baseman Gary Gaetti. Great name.
What I want to know is, when does a guy decide to go by Guy or Gee? And it's the same spelling. You got these. That's like the Thomas. You got these wild cards that come in. It's like, no, it's actually Gee.
I think that there's a podcast guest that we could ask these questions to. Guy Kinnings.
Oh yeah. I don't know if he'd come on. He might talk about the framework agreement or whatever. It's the strategic alliance, whatever it's called.
About being the guy of the European tour.
Head Guy Kinnings. Clean up here. Let's do some cleanup. We gave away those Hollywood spots to our event for Good Walk Coffee subscribers. We never announced them. We, of course, got in touch with them. We had 4 people come.
They went Joey Schmidt. I think we might have given out 6.
Matt Weisenfeld. I think we gave out 4. Schmidt and Guest, Brian Norrie, the great chef, and Matt Weisenfeld, the looper follower, a longtime follower. So they went, got a good I don't know, monetary value for being a Good Walk Coffee subscriber. And I'm sitting here, and I've got all our little giveaways. I've got my Pops hat. I'm falling away from the mic. I'm ready to box these up. I know my wife is ready for me to box them up and get the hell out of my house. We will do these drawings this weekend. Subscribe at goodwalkcoffee.com/shotgunstart.
Are you feeling more pressure to stay close to the mic after we've gotten complaints about your mic etiquette? More complaints about your mic etiquette.
These people can take their complaints and shove them where the sun don't shine. It's
that's not good customer service.
I'm trying here, man. I'm not like get out of here. I didn't go to like audio school for that. I'm a writer, and take your free podcast, listen to your ad read every now and then, and enjoy it. I apologize for the I blame our lack of production, not my mic etiquette. Turn the level up, level us out.
Throwing PJ under the bus.
I'm not throwing PJ. It predates PJ.
Second week onto the job, and you're throwing him under the bus.
He's on the hot seat already. He's been here for 3 podcasts. PJ's on the hot seat. All right, so those are Hollywood info. We've got a gift shop, the pro shop items, Pops. What is it? A koozie, a flag. I'll send those all. You got to subscribe. Good Walk Coffee. Those giveaways are just going to ramp up, whether they're experiences, items, whatever it is. It's a way to support our podcast is subscribing. But
I might start picking up something every time I go to a golf course. Just picking something up from the pro shop to give away. I got to get approval for this from our finance team, but
to expense it.
Gotta get approval for this, but didn't get any approval. I don't want to make empty promises.
Let's just keep getting the big hats, the hoe hat, everywhere we go. Just a whole collection and send them around. Let's scatter them around the world to subscribers. Let's do a little. This is Victory Friday, Indy. Back on the horse. Did you see our leader at the KLM Open? Early leader.
I didn't.
You were not locked into that?
Boy from Bratislava?
Is the great Manassero. 7 under, 64, just flying high on the other side of the globe, Netherlands. The great Manassero. He's back on the horse. That, gimmicky little Pinehurst got in his kitchen early on last week. And now he's back playing proper golf on the DP World Tour and right where he belongs, the top of the leaderboard. Another update, little Friday whimsy. Sunday Red, this is going to be an ongoing thing. Sunday Red latest collection is out, less dramatic. The Summer Soft collection, inspired by the quiet moments at the bookends of busy days spent at the course, the range, or in the office. When the heat of the day fades, Summer Soft helps us recharge for what is ahead. What? What do they have, like battery packs in them? What are they recharging you? Well, how are they doing that? Anyways, the summer. So we're just going to keep that as a going bit. Every collection that's announced. Less dramatic, that one, but still. I
don't want to poke too much fun, but the Sunday Red that I saw at Pinehurst, it didn't look like it was recharging anything with Tiger. It seemed like the best recharge would be getting the shirt off your body as soon as possible at the end of the round.
He seemed a little fidgety with it, like it was cling wrap or something that was going on. Or he just needs a bigger size. I don't know.
I'm not a shirt expert, but all that screamed is the recharge would be getting that off and getting into a shower.
When the heat of the day fades. All right. Unsubstantiated Rumor Friday. Let's just keep it going here.
Some unsubstantiated rumors.
Whip around Friday.
Unsubs.
So the sponsors exemption. Tiger gets a lifetime sponsors exemption. That's the big news. Lifetime sponsor exemption you won't use or need. But this ongoing issue with sponsors exemptions into 70-man fields. Heard a little scuttlebutt this week. Travelers looking to give a sponsors exemption. You're doing your little ref shirt. I've got my shirt on, the travel. We should blow the whistle. I'm wearing it from 5 years ago, whatever it was.
For those that never listened to the pod back then, I had a take that the Travelers should have a logo of the ref doing the traveling side.
In a slugger white hat. Yeah. doing a Joey Crawford travel motion, and we made a shirt of it.
I miss Joey Crawford. The emphatic, like the way he like pranced kind of into a call. Yeah.
Or when he called the no shot, discontinue shot. Yeah, no continuation. That was always a good one.
In terms of referee power rankings, umpire West from Major League Baseball. What's his first name?
Cowboy Joe. Cowboy Joe West.
Cowboy Joe West, Joey Crawford, or Ed Hockley. How would you rank those three?
I mean, Hockley last.
Let's put Slugger. Let's throw Slugger in there too. Slugger can be in there
with his Panama hat. I mean, a variation, all thirst buckets in their own right, just in a different way, different method to their thirstiness.
He's just so jacked.
Yeah, but he doesn't try to be the show. He shows doesn't tell. Whereas Crawford and Joe West,
with his shirt. He shows with his shirt.
Yeah. I think Joe West is probably my favorite. Just this thick boy, husky to the max. Takes like one step out of the box. Like his radius of movement, like in a game, had to be small. Is he still with us? I don't even know. I'm sorry.
I think he is.
Is he still calling balls and strikes?
PJ's shaking.
He's not playing. He's not still umping, but he's still with us.
We got to get PJ mic access. We got to get him.
He was great. Just throwing people out willy-nilly. It just kind of kept that same look about him, the same facial expression. Who are you going with in that ranking?
I think Joey Crawford's number one without a doubt.
Great. Fabulous.
I mean, like he was just throw people out of games for medial things. He had
a Tim Duncan beef, right?
Yes,
he's like the one person who hated Tim Duncan. Yeah. It's good. All right, we got a ref discussion. We got the E keyboard. We got all sorts. Unsubstantiated. So the Travelers wanted to give it to a hot college star, someone we might have just seen in the U.S. Open. Tour came in with their Joey Crawford whistle, wave it off, discontinue. This waves it off the shot. No college player said, you're taking Webb, you're taking Billy Boy, you're taking Adam Scott. They took Thorbjornsen. Apparently, you got to be a member. A college stud wouldn't have been a member. But that's interesting. The tour overruling longtime sponsors for signature events. And so they're just making these board meetings happen the same week of signature events. So Webb's like, I got to go to Connecticut for my board meeting to meet. And so I might as well have an exemption. And the tour is just overruling the sponsors. Incredible.
It's an paid position in this case, that board seat, especially with no points.
Free points.
How's Webb doing in the FedEx Cup? That would be an interesting little drama. I'm pulling up the FedEx Cup standings here. One of the, I can't believe, usually for podcast prep, I have. It's
just always open.
It should be always open. This should be a prerequisite. Apologies to the, looks like the PGA Tour website's having some problems. What a surprise. He's 123. He's 123 in the FedEx Cup standings. This is a game within the game. God, it is not operating quick today. It could be my website or my internet, but
your
I think
own
it's
Wi-Fi.
There. He's made 8 cuts and 10 events played. Not many.
That's good.
Non-opposite fields. All right, so you got T39. He got 18 FedEx Cup points there at AT&T. 37.5 for T30 at Arnold Palmer. That's T30 out of 70. Let's see. RBC Heritage, he got another 18. He got T24 at Wells Fargo, another 70 player field. He got 70 points from that. He's only accrued roughly, let's see, Valspar 16, 21. He's accrued 24 points out of the opposite field of his whatever total FedEx Cup points. 170 points. 170. So roughly he's clocking in at like 80% of his points are coming from or 70% of his points are coming from signature events. That doesn't seem equitable. No cut signature events.
Doesn't seem right. One thing that does seem right, though, is starting your morning with AG1. And this is a little tease here. I got someone else who's living off the fat of the land with some of these signature points. Great unsubstantiated rumor, but that will not be until we've talked about AG1 here for a second. I've started my morning with AG1 here for about 2 years, year and a half. We're going on. Last December, I did my scoop in my little shaker, get my nutrients. I forgot mine last week in Pinehurst. I was subsisting on basically Good Walk coffee and media dining, media food, which, is going to put you on the back foot. But I'm back home. I've got my AG1 going. Research studies show this provides a little mental boost, a little bit of extra energy, a little bit of juice, and you're not chasing your nutrients all day.
Listen, 97% in a research.
You got
in a
numbers.
research study. 97%. This is similar to the Webb study we just did, but more factual. You know, Webb, it was between 70 and 80%, but that's just me not being able to do the math. This is real hardcore numbers, approved claims. 97% of participants felt more energy after 30 days of drinking AG1. 80% of participants noticed less gas and bloating after 30 days of drinking AG1. 94%.
Seems like something you want less of. I'm just going to say it.
94% of participants noticed fewer cravings after 90 days of drinking AG1. And 97% of participants felt digestion improved after 90 days of drinking AG1. That's good stuff. That's going to help you out.
I like that.
Where can people get AG1? How do you get AG1? Can you tell
Do you
me?
have it handy?
I got it.
Drinkag1.com/shotgun. Is that right?
Yeah, that's right. Drinkag1.com/shotgun. If there's one product I trust to support my whole body health, it's AG1, and that's why we've partnered with them for so long. This is how you start. You start your journey with AG1. Try AG1 and get a free 1-year supply of vitamin D3, K2, and 5 free AG1 travel packs with your first purchase at drinkag1.com/shotgun. That's drinkag1.com/shotgun. Check it out.
All right. Someone who might need a little AG1, just living on the points and living on the, the inexacting test that was Valhalla. One Victor Hovland. Been a tough run for the Mayo man on this podcast. Might get a little tougher now. This is unsubstantiated rumor.
Oh,
Hovland.
This is unsubstantiated, unlike those AG1 claims.
Research studies. Yeah, quite substantiated. Those are big numbers. 97. This is a source. Hovland has the yips. Full stop. There was a Titleist shoot this week at a golf course in the New England area. He was supposed to hit a wedge shot to a few feet with some spin from 70 yards out. Okay, you got that? Wedge shot to a few feet with a little bit of spin from 70 yards out at a Titleist shoot.
Okay.
They had allotted 5 minutes for this to be accomplished. It took him over 15 just to get a usable take. I would disagree that the full stop, he has the yips just because of this, but he might be struggling a little bit. So that's your Hovland unsubstantiated rumor from a parent commercial shoot this week. How many minutes would you need to hit it from 70 yards to several feet with some spin?
Me?
Yeah.
It depends on the day. Depends on right now. I feel like, when you hit wedges and that you just feel the ball riding up the face and the ball comes out like way higher than you want.
Uh-huh.
The ball still sometimes goes close, but you're not getting that low flighted spinny wedge. Right now, I don't think I can hit the low flighted spinny wedge with the state of my golf swing. I need to get in the lab a little bit and get that back.
I think I'm not going to go with this conclusive evidence he has the yips, but we know short game can be an issue. It sounds like that had to be uncomfortable. They're spinning the clock. Think it's going to be a 5-minute exercise and it's 15 minutes. It's like watching Tiger at Congressional that one year when he was dumping them in the water for that little activation. It was tough. It's uncomfortable for everybody standing there. Last unsubstantiated rumor. Chris Berman, who's, in the
Rumbling,
pro-am.
stumbling, bumbling.
What? He was in the
back.
I love, people don't understand how good Chris Berman was. And NFL Primetime Sunday night was the best show on television by far in the 90s. Incredible content. It didn't age well with the internet era. Let's just put it that way. I can't believe
especially his
this.
golf swing. His golf swing did not do well.
So he's in the pro-am at the Travelers. He's like the mayor of the pro-am, apparently. He just holds court. He's doing the goofy this, that, and the other. And considers himself the mayor of the Travelers. And one fan confused him and called him Bob Lee. Confused him for Bob Lee, which apparently Boomer was just excoriated this person, was aghast, incredulous, furious that he got someone confused him and didn't understand this was the Chris Berman and thought he was Bob Lee. So that's a good little fun nugget from the ground at TPC Cromwell or whatever it is, River Highlands. Where we are right now, Scottie Scheffler, he's on the hunt early. He's already 5 under. He's got, 4 holes to play. He's, is he T1? No, he's T4. He's 1 shot out of the lead by Akshay. Scottie, with some candid admissions in his pre-tournament press conference about the Wiregrass there, Andy. I might have even said, take a victory lap for you on this with your take. What was it, last Friday night during our dailies from Pinehurst?
How about that? How about this like a random theory? I was thinking about dunking on all the haters in the Twitter replies,
from the original clip who got on you saying this is just gobbledygook, right?
Yeah, I think someone called it mindless drivel. Who listens to this mindless drivel?
Well, I mean, is that too.
I mean, who doesn't want to talk about Gary Gaetti and Willie McGinnis and Joey Crawford?
But this is a Paul Hodanowick tweet. He found it hard to manage his misses at Pinehurst because of the Wiregrass off the fairways. It messed with him on the tee, not knowing where to miss, and that he could be perfectly fine or totally screwed depending on the lie. I think there are places at Pinehurst to miss or to favor, but yes, an element of that was eradicated with some of the Wiregrass.
It's just not as friendly or predictable. It seems like that was a theme of the week. Was like I talked to a high ranking player early in the week, and they talked about how it's like scary off the tee. It kind of felt like you didn't know what you were going to get, so it felt like the Wiregrass was like making the fairways feel smaller, just because of what it's. Listen, like that's what's cool about different venues and the variety, right? Like right now, like 95% of the golf we see played has just thick monostan rough, and that sucks. It sucks because it's robbing us of interesting tests for the best player in the world. How do you stop Scottie? Well, it appears that Scottie doesn't really like when the ball is moving on the ground and he's not sure what's going to happen to it. To me, that's how you fluster him, is by providing unpredictable stuff. I don't think it's surprising that the major that he struggled with the most is also the Open. And can he contend and win an Open? Absolutely. But there are some elements of the golf test that are a little bit different. I would say that's the most drastically different tournament than what you see week in, week out on the PGA Tour, which he has been absolutely dominant on. So I think the final level, before we anoint him to be the greatest player ever, the second coming of Tiger, is Tiger played well in the Open too, Tiger, and like Scottie's played decent, but like, let's see the guy's, at this point has won only Masters, right? We need to see more well-rounded, versions. Like, I think like people that have won on a variety of major championship courses, like that's some of the most impressive stuff to me.
Yeah,
and he's done it with like PGA Tour venues. I want to be clear. Like him winning Harbour Town was like one of the most impressive, I think, aspects of this year. Winning Harbour Town after the Masters win was a crazy win. But
I think people will rush to say one's like something. I think your overall point of variety is what we need to really hone in on here, right? Like variety helps. Like, yeah, okay, that game might not work somewhere else. I would say, in a way, Wyndham Clark kind of found the perfect spot for him a little bit too, and that doesn't necessarily diminish LACC. He was playing great golf at that time, and he found his way. Like it was a perfect place for him to really excel. This doesn't mean Augusta is somehow less than Pinehurst or Scottie is not a great player. It's variety, I think, is what you're getting at, is variety and change and different and different kinds of penalties and different kinds of golf.
Think about also the tennis majors, right? Like they're wildly different surfaces. Now the courts are the same, but I think one of the things that's super compelling, like Rafa Nadal is without a doubt one of the greatest tennis players of all time. But if you were going to knock him, it's like almost all of his majors came on clay, right? Like the great players in tennis win on all the surfaces. And Rafa, like he's one of the greatest of all time. But when you compare him to a Federer or a Djokovic, right? Like they were great on every surface at a really high level. And Rafa was great on every. I think it's like, but like there are players that are specialists. You know, I just saw a headline that Tiafoe, the American, and Ben Shelton aren't even going to play the Olympics because it's going to be on clay. And it's like, those guys are hardcore players, right? They're like American. You could use the American TrackMan players, right?
Yeah.
But like what golf needs to do in terms of, I think like the subplots, like with the surfaces in tennis is a compelling subplot to a major championship in tennis. Golf, if we have more variety in the golf courses and the setup styles, that becomes a neat, interesting subplot to every tournament and a context around it of like, you know, I think it's fascinating hanging into Troon. Like I'm actually like more attuned with the struggles Scottie had at Pinehurst. That to me amplifies my interest in watching Scottie Scheffler at Troon is going to be Scottie versus the style of golf where he's had success, but not the level of success he's had everywhere else. Likewise, like if we had regular like precision tests where, you know, I think like we could probably find some better golf courses than Harbour Town, just in general, in terms of like how they test precision, because Harbour Town's always soft for the most part. I think like if Harbour Town was a little bit firmer, it'd be really, really fun. But like, it's also awesome those weeks where you have players like Brian Gay, you know, back in the day, or Luke Donald back in the day, where they were just dominant players there. And it like, and that was what was so awesome about Scottie winning there is like this golf course, like reduces his ability to separate usually in the ways he usually separates.
Well, he's back on the horse in TPC River Highlands.
Yeah, he's regular rough Scottie's back.
Regular rough Scottie. I think what we're kind of delineating here is like the great players. I think versatility and longevity are the two things that really sort of separate the absolute icons, all-timers, and like great players. And I think that like that's not to suggest Scottie's not going to get there. The longevity point, I've been thinking a little bit more about Rory. Rory said plenty of nice things said about him. He doesn't need us to fluff him anymore. But like we just talked about Wyndham Clark, like kind of not keeping it at the same level. Scottie still trying to figure out different kinds of styles. Brooks had his moments where he fell off. Hovland's like way up and down right now. DJ sort of gone a bit. I just Bryson DeChambeau took like a few years wandering, trying to figure it out, experimenting, down, up. I think like the longevity and consistency of Rory is truly unique in this era. So I think the versatility and sort of the longevity to be very great, good to great without any significant dip. And for him, I think it's out of the top 10. Like every single great player of this era, like that happens. And sometimes it happens with like in 12 months quickly. As we're seeing sort of with Wyndham missing a lot of cuts. But anyways, that's where
we
I
ask.
think
like, I mean, the amazing thing with Rory is like we ask, "What's wrong with Rory?" when he's like fifth or sixth. It's like, man, he's really down.
When he has like a T17 at a major,
yeah,
it's like, geez, no good. Anyways, I guess the last piece for him is obviously the Masters. But all right, moving on. At the LPGA, the Women's PGA Championship, Nelly out early. Leading again. I don't think you can watch it anywhere, as far as I understand.
I think 1 p.m. Pacific comes on.
That's good. It's good. 4 p.m. Eastern. She's 3 under through 9, so she'll probably be just about done when the coverage comes on. That's good. That's what you want.
Hey, catnip call of the week.
Yeah.
See who's in T2?
Chucky Hall.
Yeah, that's going to be the catnip call of the week. Or the heater's back out.
She's smoking again?
Or is she vaping? Or is she wearing a patch? Who knows? That's going to be whatever it is. That's the catnip call of the week.
Meg was on the ground for us. I think she confirmed it was like Newports or menthols or something like that that she was smoking. So that'll be glorified all week. She's in first or in the hunt. That's a good leaderboard.
I wonder if David Buhai is rumbling and stumbling around out there.
I saw the name in T4, and you clearly opened the leaderboard, and you got your Buhai takeoff there. So good. Boutier, probably player of the year last year. Great leaderboard. The tournament's an hour old, so who knows? Hopefully it holds there. What else do we have going on? News. See the amateur championship at Ballyliffin? You see what happened with this?
No.
They had a 19-man playoff.
What?
19 to get into from stroke to match play. They had a 19-man playoff for 18 spots. Kind of nuts. So they split it up, I think 5-5, like 3 groups of 5 and 4, and then waited for each hole to finish. And they bounced. Some guy got a triple, and they bounced it after 1 hole. So that's kind of nuts. They're on to match play there at Ballyliffin. Kind of they started at 6:45 in the last putt by Niall Donegan, son of the journalist Lawrence Donegan. Was the last putt at 10:20 p.m. That is summer golf up way north in Ireland. So 19-man playoff is kind of nutty. Other news: Charlie Woods advances to the U.S. Junior. That will be a catnip central for U.S. Junior. That's at Oakland Hills, right?
Yeah.
I mean, already kind of a cool thing. And I don't know if outlets are going to send like 4 beat reporters now because Charlie Woods to get Charlie Woods content or what for this.
I was already scheduled to be there.
Are you? Or we have an event?
Just one day. We had an event on Tuesday after.
We have
Club TFE. Club TFE's got some benefits.
Got some benefits. We got a member guest next week at a very nice Long Island place, and then we got a get together at Oakland Hills. PJ pumping up Long Island. Not enough people with Long Island pride out there.
That's right.
There's not enough
people talking about New York.
It's just flying under the radar. Jay Monahan speaks. He spoke.
Doesn't look good.
What? He doesn't look good?
No.
He looks weathered. Which you can't imagine. You can understand it. It looks
You want a little unsubstantiated rumor?
Sure.
I heard whatever you've heard about dysfunction might not be, it might be underplaying the dysfunction of the tour through this whole thing.
That's it. That's
it.
Any specifics? Okay.
I'm just gonna leave it at that.
They can't get the pizza oven to work in the dining hall. Drawbridge is not working right. We're underplaying it.
Whatever the level of dysfunction you think, it's magnified.
Well, organizationally, it's set up a little kooky. Let's be honest. Like now, Tiger, like this with player voices and a mix, it's sometimes hard. So, anyways, he spoke on Tuesday or Wednesday. Didn't say much. Not a lot of updates there. Said, people don't know what they're talking about necessarily. I know you're eager to know more, but we're making progress. It was productive discussion in New York. When he asked if there were misconceptions about what's going on, he says, I don't think so. So I don't know. Maybe the grenades being lobbed from outside are accurate. I don't know. There are a lot of people who seem to think there are things that are happening that aren't happening. But ultimately, we're the arbiters of that. Listen, I understand there's a lot of attention. There's going to be a lot of opinions, and there are probably going to be a lot of rumors. And it's part of the position I and all of us find ourselves in is we're going to focus. We're focused on trying to get the right outcome for players, for our fans, and for the game of golf. So fans jumped ahead of game of golf there, but behind players. So that's good. That's where our focus is. Didn't get partners in. Didn't get television networks in, but players, fans, and the game of golf as a whole.
Do you think they're thinking about timeouts, TV timeouts?
No, I don't think they're thinking about putting a halt to play across the course of the horn.
I got some positive feedback about that.
Okay, well, you're in your own little echo chamber there on that one, I'm sure. There's probably more you're saying that. All right, we love negative. We like being popped. We're one podcast that likes being popped, being told when we suck. Quite honestly,
enjoy it. I enjoy it.
What did we do well? We'll try to do it worse next time. Here's a quote. We'll sign off with just laced with clarity. So, as it relates to whether or not the complexity is being underestimated, I think it's only fair to say that unless you have full context for everything that's being discussed, it would be unreasonable for anyone to think that you would fully understand the complexity. Those are words. It's just moving along. We got progress, we've got complexity, and we've got ongoing discussions. So he spoke to the media, they wrote it up, and that was about it. So he's present and accounted for at TPC River Highlands. I don't know if he's doing the script thing where he leaves, he pounds the table and he calls Tiger in out of the from the wings to give the speech like that was supposed to happen at TPC River Highlands a few years ago, but he is speaking to the press. Hey, should we do a little Friday golf advice? We got a sponsor, a little sponsor for our Friday golf advice. A new partner got me. This is Fit Boy Friday, Fit Boy Friday between AG1 and we got Golf Forever. Great. We are very excited. No BS. Very excited to partner with them. I got my equipment, resistance bands, this like the bar with a little ball on the end of it. I think these are imprecise terms that they probably would rather me clean up next time. But it's a fitness training tool that's incredibly customizable. This is what I like about this. We did a call with them. I watched their little training video. They set me up. I made, you have to do like 3 or 4 exercises and they judge, you're playing the forward tees. I'm on the middle tees. So I'm not quite, I'm not a fitness freak, but I'm the middle tees, whatever that means. Cause I could do 20 push-ups and a plank and a side, like that's where they slotted me. So middle it's fully customizable, an app that sets you up for getting fit really for golf. It's flexibility, rotational power, mobility, Scottie Scheffler. We talked to these guys. Scottie Scheffler, like their big brand ambassador. But let me just say, he came to this organically. He found it. He was having knee trouble. They didn't just say, like, here's a bunch of money, say nice things about us. He found the product. It, like, alleviated some knee issues a few years ago. And now he's, like, all in, does it, like, all the time. But what I like about it is you don't have to be the best golfer in the world. You can have 45 minutes. They have workouts daily for you. They have, if you have 5 minutes, they have workouts daily for you, whether you're 85 years old. The training today, Justin Leonard, who's part of it, made reference to a meathead in the gym, which made me laugh because he's like, you don't have to worry about the meathead in the gym staring at you because you struggle to lift, 5-pound dumbbells. It's kind of in the safety and comfort of your own home, or you could go out in the middle of the street and do it, I suppose, if you wanted to. But the app just dials up the workouts and you get going with all the equipment. If you go to golfforever.com, you use the code EGG. That's basic, quick and simple. EGG, EGG. You get $100 on the swing trainer with 1 year of the app. So golfforever.com, use the promo code EGG, and you get $100 off the swing trainer with 1 year of the app. It gets more flexible. You gain strength, club head speed, and also eliminate some of those pains and aches. It's up to you. So you want just speed, they have workouts for that. You want to just, get rid of back pain, knee pain, they have workouts for that can target that stuff. So rotational, a lot of good stuff. We have been very fortunate to partner with them. And you're going to do it, Andy. Aren't you?
I can't wait. I got to get some speed back in the swing. I already got the app. App.
It's good.
I'm dialing it in this afternoon. I'm getting my first Golf Forever workout. Good enough for Scottie. I've been so tired the last few days.
I don't know. I've been dead at 4 o'clock, 5 o'clock.
I think the heat last week might have had something to do with that.
I had to take a nap yesterday for 20 minutes, just my little power nap, old man. My wife was not thrilled with me. It's I'm dead. I can't keep going. So get your Golf Forever loaded up. So, all right. Friday golf advice. What do we have? Send them to sgsgolfadvice@gmail.com. You got a few dialed up for us?
Got us doing this. Got a couple dialed.
What if we just did the ad read and didn't do the emails? Just cut it off, right?
All right. We got a Tommy Tolles story.
Oh God. Okay.
This is a follow-up on Tommy Tolles.
Sure.
44, 4 kids in your 4 kids boat. No interest in fighting or even arguing. This seems like somebody to be pleasant to hang out with. All right. Absolutely loved the Tommy Tolles flashback. My high school girlfriend's mom ran the child care facility for the tour at the now defunct Buick Open in Grand Blanc, Michigan.
Warwick Hills, right? Yeah.
Consequently, they became friendly with a few tour players and their families. I was somewhat interested in golf at the time and definitely not any good. But when asked if I could essentially be the designated driver for Tommy Tolles and Nolan Henke to a nearby concert, I was more than happy to oblige. Live music, time with the girlfriend, and a PGA Tour chauffeur. Pretty damn good day for a kid. This was either the summer of 97 or 98.
So Tommy Tolles, I got to applaud his responsibility of finding the guy, which if you recall the flashback, refused to wear a seatbelt at any speed, but he does go for the DD. I appreciate that.
Maybe it was Nolan Henke. Maybe Henke was
that's true.
The responsible party. He was the one that convinced him to go to South Africa too.
That's right. Remember. That's right. Florida State's own.
Tommy and Nolan were outstanding. They gave each other shit for every damn thing. And by the end of the night, sent more my way than to each other. I deserved it, though. We were in about the 5th row, and I dozed off during the show. I've been racking my brain since the pod to figure out who performed that night. Still have no clue. Might have to track down Tommy to piece it all together. So that's the story. Just a little anecdote.
All right. Positive Tommy Tolles stories. Okay.
Positive Tommy Tolles story. All right. Let's go with this one. I gotta pull up my notes here.
All right.
33. No kids and not interested in fighting unless it's a high school teammate who is now on live.
Oh, all right. I can isolate this person, said person on live. But okay. Right? Yeah.
So I'm trying to be healthier, walking more, drinking less, etc. Fit Boy Friday.
Yeah, Golf Fit Boy advice. Friday. Golfforever.com, promo code EGG. Get that bar going.
AG1. Get those 5 free travel packs. So I figured X course is pretty hilly, not the easiest walk. Now that I'm working, I don't have a ton of free time. So I can't default to, I get a cart with the boys, have a drink, and it's a great time. With this in mind, I'm thinking about getting a My Cart. I can get one for like $400 from a friend.
What's My Cart?
I think it's one of those electric push carts.
Okay.
I used it today and kind of liked it. Have I given up? Am I a joke? Or is this okay behavior?
I was hoping we'd get something on the high school teammate and Liv. Why he wants to fight him.
Follow up.
Why he wants to fight him. Are you a joke for getting a push cart?
Have you given up?
Do we have any RFPs for push cart before I can proceed any further?
I don't think so. I think I've popped a popular push cart brand in the past publicly.
Oh, when the wheels snap off, they go flying in every different direction. That one.
It was the bespoke one. It's the bespoke one that costs a ton of money.
Oh, a bespoke trolley. Jesus. A bespoke cart. I didn't even know that such a thing existed. I wouldn't go so far as to say you've given up. I don't understand why these need to be electric. I mean, this is my whole problem with coolers being,
e-bikes. This is like the e-bike of a push cart.
Yeah, you got the full swing, and Tom Kim's riding around in his house on a cooler like he's in Mario Kart. Like, just a cooler can't be a cooler. Why does the push cart need to be electric and you got to push buttons and it's flying around? I think we've digitized too many things in this country. The fountain soda machine now, where you got to push 25 buttons, then you're navigating this maze to get to cherry Coke diet or whatever the hell you need to do. I think it's fine to have a push cart. I think some people try to, question others' masculinity on that, but I'm out on the electric. We don't just get a normal thing with 2 wheels or 3 wheels, whatever it is, and go. Where are you on the push cart deal? $400 for a push cart.
Well, it's electric. I think they're like super expensive. I'm not sure how expensive they are, but they're expensive carts.
So are Teslas. They're electric and they suck. They can't get you from point A to point B. What is this thing? Does this thing need to sit in the sun all day to get a charge? Where you have to plug it into your wall? What happens when it runs out of battery on the 3rd hole or the 12th hole?
I think people leave them at their clubs and they charge them there, so they're just like ready to go when they get there. It's like
sounds like an assessment, an unnecessary deal.
I think that this is for like 60-plus-year-olds.
Yeah.
And I say that with I have a friend that is, involved with this golf course that's being built. His test is, can this little electric push cart get all the way around it without hitting snags? That's
can we clarify
the design?
Is the electric push cart for 60-year-olds over, not the push cart in general?
Not the push cart in general.
Okay, all right. I just
listen, I'm a big push cart fan. I think there's this. When I was growing up, there was definitely I played high school. I played. You did not take a push cart when you were growing up, like my era. There was a negative connotation.
Totally.
The UNLV golf coach did a study years ago, and their entire team used push carts because he found that it saved a shot or two around, and it makes sense. Listen, I carry my bag a lot. I carry it a lot. But this is a sport that you depend on being able to turn your shoulders with consistency and regularity, right? If you can continue to have your body work, I mean, this is what Bryson was talking about with the AI stuff that he's doing, the sports box stuff. If you can figure out the best way to move, I find I play my best golf when my body moves the best. Whether it's I've stretched out,
go
I can
forever,
get relaxed. Whatever it is, your body moving right is I think the key to golf. Using a push cart helps your shoulders move at the end of the round better than if you put a 20-pound weight on your back and walk around for 7 miles. I'm sorry. I love carrying my bag. It doesn't deter me, but if I'm trying to play good golf, like I am not putting my golf bag on my shoulders and walking around, especially a hilly golf course like the one he's talking about. So I would just say, just get a regular push cart.
Yeah. The first person I ever saw with one of these was an older gentleman at Cal Club. Yeah. And I didn't know what was going on.
A legend at Cal Club.
Yeah. And all of us, this I think my first encounter, and the thing's just going off on its own. I was like, what is going on here? He's got the remote and he's sending it to and fro. And so, yeah, I get. Maybe we put an age limit on it. Maybe that's where we draw the line. But not
maybe it's like 50. Cart. Maybe if you could play the senior tour, then you can use this my push cart. Or if you've got like a medical reason, if there's a medical,
yeah.
PJ's going to be watching the senior tour, an hour of the senior tour.
You got to get the dick open. You got to get on that dick's open.
I can't wait. Yeah, we're gonna have to figure out how we get him on mic for that segment.
We gotta get him. We gotta get the mic working first. So I think can't be doing.
PJ's got a nicer mic than we do.
Oh, that's probably true. We've never been high tech or professional about the audio recording, equipment, production, or anything, and we're not gonna be. And he's got a mic that's nicer than ours because he's a professional, but we can't. It's not functional. He can't speak. Do you have one more?
Yeah. Do you want to do one more?
Yeah, let's do one more. Tommy Tolles doesn't count as an advice question.
Tea time kerfuffle. I hope we didn't do this one.
I think we did do this.
Okay, we did do this.
What's the details of that?
I thought we might have.
Yeah, that sounds familiar.
Now that I'm thinking about it, we did this one. So I'm just gonna do one cold here. This is gonna be.
All
right. This is going to be a safe one based off the title. What's the best way to get my kids into golf? How early is too early? I get past this. I have two young girls, 3 to 1, and I'll admit that I've spent a lot of whatever. Got me thinking. What's the best way to introduce my playing golf to kids? They know I'm a golf nut. And I've even managed to successfully convince my 3-year-old that the only thing on TV after she wakes up from her naps on the weekend. It's amazing at 3 that your daughter's still napping. Congratulations to that.
Sounds like a firstborn child still.
God, I would love if we could go back to nap culture.
Nap culture.
Her naps on the weekends is golf and sometimes football. Although I'm sure it's only a matter of time before she figures out how to use the remote, then I'll be watching a lot more Bluey and a lot less golf. And that's why I find myself watching golf on my phone or an iPad because of this. Anyway, how do you recommend introducing them playing the game? I have no expectation or hope they become the next Nelly or Lydia, but I would love if they enjoyed playing. I'd love to play with them someday. And if they wanted to play junior or high school golf, then that would be even cooler. Should I bring them out for a round to watch me, or take them to the putting green, find an empty corner of the range, let them swing? When would you start? He also wished you a happy Father's Day.
Oh, good.
Thanks.
Good.
Happy Father's Day right back at you 1 week later.
I mean, it's pretty open-ended. There's a million things you could do. I don't think it's possible to go too early or too soon. You could take them in the stroller. That was one of the charming things about my first night in Pinehurst. I saw a guy pushing his stroller home with a bag on his shoulder. I assume coming back from Pine Needles, because that's where we were. I don't think you can go too early. I think you, unless it's a quite inhospitable place, which some are, public and private. I think you take her to a corner of a chipping area, a putting green, a driving range, whatever it is, and let her just. I've seen ZB have his boys out there with some of these at Memorial, I think it was.
He's
even
at the US Open.
Yeah, it's cool. Like, what's the problem? Like, it's like it's just find a spot on the range, let them wail away. Nothing bad's going to happen, and I don't think it's possible to go too early. And the early enticement for me was always getting them chicken fingers and French fries at the turn. And that was like a way you get them out of the house to get going. So that's good. I think that's an easy thing to do to get them going.
I think my key to success with this, and I'm still in the like figuring out how this becomes golf. I don't care. I'd love for my daughter to play, but if she doesn't, she doesn't. But like what I've really focused on, and I have like almost a 4-year-old, is I do not. The second she signals any like I want to go, we get up and go. I don't want to stay. Yeah. I don't want her to ever be frustrated about being on a golf course or being doing something golf oriented. Like to me, like she should always like have fun. And then the second that she signals that she wants to go, we make our way out of there, like, and that means if you're at the range and you buy a bucket of balls and there's a half bucket, don't make your kid sit there while you're hitting balls, right?
No, that's not the point of your outing there.
You went with your kid there to be with your kid and to try and get your kid interested in the game. Yeah. So I think the thing that you just don't want them to ever have a negative connotation with going to the range or going to the golf course. I had like an amazing experience. I took her up to a golf course near me on a Monday. It was a beautiful Monday. The course was closed. Normal self would be like, how many holes can I play before dark? I'm going out there like this is idyllic. We got 3 holes in, but as soon as we wanted to go, she wanted to go. Then she played in the sand trap for like an hour on the way out, and we just sat there and played in the sand trap. And she's asked me, "Can we go play in the sand trap again?" Like she wants to go back, right? Yep. But that is I would have loved to keep playing, but I'm not going to drag my daughter around for 9 holes or whatever. We went right back in. We chased some turkeys, had some fun. So I think that's to me, like, is never getting any negativity towards the activities around golf.
And along those lines, like as you as the parent, father or mother, like you have to be the best, most patient version of yourself, right? Like golf is already a little stressful. Like they don't know what the hell they're doing. They're going to take too long. They're going to like duff shots. If there's somebody behind you, like you cannot be agitated. Like you cannot provide additional stress or negativity or glare. And like obviously you're there to have fun, but that's another way that you can get like a negative connotation. It's like, why is my mom or dad like extra sort of anxious because we're out here? And like there's you're trying to navigate a golf course or range or whatever, trying to avoid disrupting people. Like you just have to be your best, most patient self. So all right, that does it. I have another great golf advice we're gonna holster for next week's Golf Forever golf advice. It's the wife's tracker. What counts as golf when you say you're going to play golf to your wife? It's from our old friend Mark Sider. It's a great email. We're gonna have to start sorting through this.
I flagged that.
That's next week. Like, as a bucket of balls, does that count? Your wife count? Like, we gotta figure out a class of a taxonomy for what counts as quote unquote playing golf with your wife. We'll do that next Friday. Thanks to Golf Forever for sponsoring this. We will be back with you on Monday. Everyone enjoy your weekends. We will talk to you then.